All right. We're live.
Live from
Yes.
separate places.
No, not like the Battletoads. Like,
I was thinking more of like extreme close-up shot. Whoa!
I saw a man dead in Vegas once. Get it? That. Oh, we're only a couple of seconds behind. Okay, let's see. Okay, so
Is this a free thing you're using?
Yeah, it's a free thing, but if you want the extra bells and whistles like Matt Burkett has, you gotta pay up.
You gotta fork over some of them hard-earned cash.
Yeah, but other than that, this is a free service. It's and like I said, I really can't share images unless I do the share screen thing. And I'm not gonna let you fine gentlemen know my secret passwords. So, hey, Andres,
here's a hint. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Damn it!
What a stupid password. That's the same password for my what was it? My luggage.
Luggage, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This whole ship is filled with assholes.
Little do they know, my secret password is 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's the same as my safe.
What's in your safe, Raph?
It's all sorts of stuff, mostly food.
You don't want to know, Brayden.
Right.
Moldy tacos and expired milk.
Oh god, expired milk is the worst. Don't remind me.
Okay.
Don't worry, I didn't drink any expired milk, but just
How do we know you didn't drink any expired milk?
Because it looked like cottage cheese, and I don't like cottage cheese out of a milk carton. Duh.
How do we know you don't like cottage cheese out of a milk carton?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good point. So most likely not.
We're not here to judge people.
Yeah. I'm the one who
may or may not eat cottage cheese.
Andres, are you projecting something here?
I don't know. I mean, who are you to say that maybe you're projecting something onto me by claiming I'm projecting onto you?
It's just,
what are you trying to say there, Ralphie boy?
No, what are you trying to say, Mr. Inception within Inceptions, lies within lies?
Are you some kind of weird, creepy sex pervert, Raph?
No, I'm just trying to turn it back to you because I'm sick and tired of every time I host one of these live streams, you guys got to peer pressure me like I'm the fucking Curry of the group. Curly.
Well, you did volunteer.
Right. No, I didn't. It's like, hey,
you did involuntarily volunteered.
You volunteered. Okay, enough of this. I could honestly physically throw you. You'd run away faster than I could catch.
Wow.
I see. This guy could throw me as whatever you want to.
Does that make me olive oil?
Well, obviously, Brayton.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Popeye.
One of my favorite gags from Popeye, and it's so meta even for its era, was one of the old black and white ones, and Popeye and Blue are at a beauty pageant, and of course you pan across all the beautiful, realistic rotoscoped women, but they're not interested until they get to olive oil. It's like, hey. So I'm glad that even back then they knew what the obvious gag was.
Did I ever share with you guys my fridge magnet of Popeye, Bluto, and olive oil?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I got a picture of it on my phone. Let me read it to you.
Yeah, I got the Skype open if you want to share it, and I can try to view it on this. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, let's just keep the Skype open so we can share images since we really can't share anything.
How are you? How'd you share the things before? What is this?
It's a share screen, but I have to pick a particular folder, and I have to stick to that folder.
Oh.
Yeah, because if I go out of that folder in any way, it'll just immediately cut the stream.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like I said, Matt Burkett.
Matt Murdock.
Yeah, Matt Burkett. Oh yeah, I guess we're not supposed to say his name. Monstrosities Matt. He definitely has. He bought his service, so he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Lame.
Yeah.
Buying things.
Right.
Noob.
Yeah.
What a weenie.
So he turned you on to this service?
Well, he invited me several times on Monstrosities After Dark, so it really shows the level of confidence he has in me. Yeah, so maybe once I get something done. But anyways,
see, that's where you're at your best, Raph. Released into the live public eye and then deleted immediately after you tear down the building.
Whatever naughty things that could potentially cancel us will forever be lost to time,
scrubbed from existence.
No, I just think I say
what you're totally going to do here, right, Raph?
Huh?
Which is what you're totally going to do here, right, Raph? You're totally going to delete this like Matt does.
No, I'll just put it private. I mean, unlisted. Or do you want me to keep it? We'll make.
No, I was mainly joking because I was going to follow it up by saying, "Oh, then man, that means I can't do any of those naughty words."
You can't talk about H.P. Lovecraft's cat,
right?
Who really should have been named H.P. Lovecat.
Right.
Such an uncreative writer, that man.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, is that it? I can do a little scrolling thing.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got. That's all the material. We're like, what's her name from King Kong? That's all there is. There isn't anymore.
And also, we do have our first commenter here. Good old Juggler is saying, hello there.
Right. Welcome, Juggler's Juggler. Just to let you know, I'm not answering any room questions, okay?
Yeah, just stop with the room.
Yeah.
Is this your Meg, Raph?
No. Let's not compare Juggler's Juggler to the Meg. At Juggler's Juggler, at least he can say more than just 2 words. Have you seen the Meg? 5 words. Have you seen the Meg?
Yeah.
So I had to count it.
Funny enough, that person had long since stopped bothering me about it.
Well, see, this would be a perfect time to review the Meg.
Right.
Have you guys seen the? Oh, damn it! Have you honestly seen the Meg?
No, I have not.
No, I haven't seen the Meg. I saw the trailers for it, and then you explained the movie to me, and then I was just about done with this.
I read the Meg, and it was fine.
Right.
It's a perfectly serviceable book, although I honestly don't see why it took so long. I mean, I get why it took so long for the movie to get made, because from what I understand, Steve Alton was given opportunities to have the Meg be adapted, but he wanted to go the full-blown big budget Hollywood route. And
20 years later.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't and even by then, I believe, wasn't it like a Chinese funded production as well?
Yeah, it was. They say it's an American-Chinese co-production, but it has Chinese filmmaking fingerprints all over it, especially with the treatment of the one Japanese character.
Right.
And because in the original books, it wasn't a bunch of Chinese scientists and one Japanese characters. It was a mix between American and Japanese characters working together.
Well, actually, it wasn't just like one Japanese girl and her father who was. There's this really weird. I never liked the. I'm not sure if they did this in the movie, but in the book, the main character, who they describe as being an older dude, I forgot if he's like in his 30s or 40s or something. They describe him as pretty old, and he's like has a budding romance with his close friend's daughter, which is like all kinds of weird for me, uncomfortable for me.
Is it the age gap, or is there something even weirder going on?
No, it's the age gap and the fact that he's having a potential relationship with his friend's daughter.
Yeah, you really can't justify that nonsense. At least back in
they do acknowledge that. It's like where the main character says, "Do you even know who the Three Stooges are?"
Oh.
And it came to a point. It's like they do kind of address it, but in a funny, sort of mocking sort of way. But I don't know. That's just the least of that book's problem. My main issue with the book is just like the majority of characters are just unlikable assholes. But still, in terms of the actual writing itself, in terms of like descriptions and build up and tension, it is a very well written book. It's just, it wasn't something that totally blew me away.
Right. I'm briefly sharing Breakdance Magnet.
I'm noticing the stream. You can have like a little CNN news reel at the bottom.
Yeah.
Description. That's cute.
Yeah, if
Testing out a new service with my octopus friend and Robot Manster.
Nice. Suddenly occurred to both Popeye and Bluto that the woman they were fighting was really unattractive. That annoying voice, screechy voice was probably anorexic.
Hi, hero. Yeah, I mean, Jesus. I mean, they're not lookers, okay? Popeye looks like a walking tumor, and Bluto is Dom DeLuise, but they could get better than olive oil.
Yeah. To be fair, I do like.
Are you slim shaming? Slim
Shady. I am.
I am the real Slim Shady. Yeah.
Slim Shady.
Oh, have we told Andres about our idea to remake 8 Mile with the pumpkin wrapper and the M&M?
No.
Do it.
I gotta do it.
To use a quote that David uses all the time. I'm sickened, but curious.
David uses that about everything.
And he finds everything to be sickening, but curious.
Yeah.
Despite him barely being the most sickening and curious individual.
He needs to be scientifically studied, like in a little containment unit by professors.
Right.
Just put a blanket and a banana in there with him. And be in his natural environment.
That's a little mean. Well, I gotta bring back. Did you say David or William?
David Gorizard. You met him in person.
Okay, yeah, no, I know who David Gorizard is. I thought we were talking about William with his
weird.
Okay,
he's a different kind of
sickening and weird and disturbing. Yeah,
or most of all, crooked.
Yes.
Speaking of Billy, you can go on Amazon.com and you can get his new book, God's Wrath, Tournament of the Divine, Book 2, edited by yours truly.
Where's your book, Wrath?
Paperback version coming soon.
If we all write books and have Andres edit it, he will be our publicity agent.
Right. Just a quick note. That's right. You'll be our editor, and then you'll be forced to go find our disappeared bodies in a town filled with Sam Neils and blue skies. Hopefully nothing bad goes there.
Is that the movie where he ends up going crazy and starts laughing to himself in front of in a movie theater all by himself?
You just narrowed it down to like 5 of Sam Neill's earlier movies. But yes, I'm talking about Mouth of Madness. That's what that reference was.
I keep forgetting the title because I'm always thinking At the Mountains of Madness, but I think that's a different thing entirely.
No, yeah, well, At the Mouth of Madness was a homage to H.P. Lovecraft's work, but even though it's its own original story that's partially inspired by Stephen King and meta movie storytelling that John Carpenter really wanted to get into. The Mountains of Madness is basically a expedition to an Arctic world that's an ancient alien city filled with hideous blob monsters and psychotic albino penguins. So,
okay. And then what's the name of the book that took forever to be adapted and was adapted into a mediocre movie starring Idris Elba?
Oh, that was
The Dark Tower.
The Dark Tower. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
mountains and towers and this and that.
Interdimensional connection.
Interdimensional stuff.
An evil red wizard at the heart of all existence. And then they just made into a shitty movie with a lot of the...
Hey, the Dune's getting a new movie. How about that?
That's true.
Oh, God. Like the real question.
The trailer. I'm going to look at it now.
Go ahead. You look at it. I've seen it.
Got a good cast.
Mm-hmm.
It looks promising. Then again, I don't know.
No, the only question is, will it ever come out?
Yeah. Will anything ever come out ever again?
I don't. Okay, not to get too personal. I'm going to try my best to try to keep everything happy and pleasant. But that last
laugh, will anything ever come out ever again?
No, let the theaters die.
Let the theaters die. Kill them if you have to.
Yeah. But no. I think they will eventually open, but at the same time, in a much lesser capacity than what they are now, because I honestly think the movie theaters were already kind of struggling as it was, and I think that was a mix between not just the streaming services, not just the iPhones, but also just because the companies themselves were poorly managing themselves to begin with. And I've heard stories about that like years before the pandemic showed up. And right now there's no backup plan. There's no way they're going to fix anything. So if the theaters do come back, I think it's likely that'll just be a handful of theaters, relatively speaking. And like the ones who will really be hit will be some of the independently owned houses, like the Egyptian Theater downtown or the Newark. And I'm really sad about that, because those were some really good theaters. If we're lucky, they didn't lose their leases and are immediately, thrown to the wayside. But those might end up being the surviving theaters, but just barely. And of course, there's the rise of the drive-ins. I said it right this time. As opposed to the drive-through. I could really get a hot dog hamburger right now.
What was that about?
Yeah, I was hungry.
You and Wynn calling them drive-throughs.
Yeah. We live in California.
Freaky deaky Californians.
The drive-ins might survive more, especially since they're easy operations to fix. I don't know who said it, but somebody said you just need a projector and a blank.
I said that, damn it.
You said that. So yeah, so we might, if the theaters do come back, the drive-ins might be the most easiest and efficient way to do it. But at the same time, it's very iffy. And if I was to place my bets with a gun in my head, I would say no, the theaters wouldn't be coming back, because I feel more confident about that sorrow than if they come back in full. So
yeah.
Now it's for comic book shops.
I don't actually. There's a lot of comic. I know 2 owners of a comic shop, and they're doing okay during this time.
Really?
Yeah, they still have their stores open. They're still letting people in, but they're keeping the capacity to a certain level. I know one person is allowing a lot more numbers than others. Like, what is it? I have a friend who have one person. I don't want to say their names for various reasons.
Of course.
All right, but one person.
Heisenberg.
Yeah.
Am I goddamn right?
Yeah, you're goddamn right.
Comic book guy.
Yeah, also half my head's been blown apart, but I'm still going to adjust my tie and look cool.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah, whatever.
Spoiler alert for a show that's 10 years old.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, one guy who operates in a pretty, shall we say, Republican-minded neighborhood, he stopped game night, aka allowing a bunch of kids to come in and just spread their germs everywhere. Where it's a bunch of teenagers come in and sit in mass to do card games, but he's still letting certain numbers of people come into the comic shop to buy stuff. There isn't much of social distancing, but he's kind of canceled a lot of meetings and get-togethers just to kind of keep crowds to a minimum, which is probably the right thing to do. Meanwhile, I know somebody who owns a comic shop in more of the liberal areas who's sticking to rules and just keeping like 10 people into the shop at a time. But his shop is relatively smaller. But no, they're still doing business. They're still selling comics. So that's not really going away too badly. But, things like eating inside restaurants and mom and pop shops, I think that would be a big problem. But what have you heard about the comic shops on your end?
Mostly that they've been in, like you said about movie theaters, they've been in a bad position before the pandemic, and that the pandemic has only sort of ramped up the number of businesses of comic shops closing alongside other privately owned businesses. Yeah. Although, I am wondering, from what I keep hearing in Los Angeles, that a lot of businesses were forced by the government into lockdown, which hurt a lot of these independent businesses even more so. So I'm wondering if that's the case right now, since you live there. Yeah.
It's funny. There are some businesses that have definitely suffered. We had a really cool buffet place called Number One Buffet. Mm-hmm. That's been closed ever since the pandemic began. Mm-hmm. And I think there might be a slight chance it will open when things go back to normal, but because that place was kind of owned by the owners, so they weren't like renting out or anything. But at the same time, it's been closed off for ages. I think several certain stores have definitely suffered. I know the local mall of ours, the Galleria Mall, they only have a handful of shops, but a lot of their more specialty shops are now on the way out. including like one that was like a virtual experience based on Pac-Man video games. So yeah, that did not survive. There's a lot of mom and pop restaurants around here. They've adapted extremely well to the changes, and but ultimately, though, I think a lot of smaller businesses are going to go away, and ones that were non-essential. I think ones that weren't really food related. But other than that, a lot of the Chinese restaurants, mom and pop restaurants, they've, like I said, they adapted the changes and they are doing very well. Especially if you go into Gardena, a lot of the sushi restaurants, they opened like really beautiful outdoor patios in the parking lot and they're not like the crappy ones you see in New York where it's like enclosed bubbles where, the diseases can definitely strap in. It's like well ventilated. Oh darn it. What is it? Screened off areas.
Okay,
so,
that's good.
Yeah. So some are handling the situation really well. The ones that really aren't doing well, though, I hear, are the bars, because bars are just. I don't want to say this about all bars, but they are.
No, go ahead. Say it.
Yeah, no. They are pretty much cesspools of nonsense, I guess. Yeah. So it's pretty terrible, I guess.
I kind of just about, because I get that a lot of small businesses are suffering and that's bad. But I'm just really annoyed at this point, especially since we know we got a good handle on what this is capable of now. That people would rather put themselves and most importantly everybody else's life at risk rather than be minorly inconvenienced and be like, but I want to go back to the stores and buy shoes. This is so inconvenient. Rather than facing the fact that there are 230,000 dead people in this country, and there's going to be a lot more by the end of the year.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to know that this is like in relatively speaking, this is a minor level pandemic. This is like nowhere near something like the Black Plague. Yeah, but you can imagine if we managed to screw up this much over a minor pandemic. Can you imagine how things would have been like if this was any more serious than that?
Oh my god!
Yeah, well, I'm really believing it now. How we're all going to go out is not through. Well, I mean, it's likely, but probably not through some sort of asteroid bullshit or something like that. We're probably most likely going to end up killing ourselves because of ignorant people out there and screwing stuff up.
Yeah, like what is it? When a lot of the Black Lives Matters protests went, everyone said that the pandemic was only get 10 times worse because of it. But then it turned out, because they were outdoor, because the people in question were wearing heavy masks and doing their best to try to keep some level of social distancing as well as just washing their hands. The pandemic cases through Black Lives Matter protests were relatively low to non-existent. Meanwhile, in all the states that had the Trump rallies where the masks were completely optional, the cases are spiking immensely.
Well, no, and with something like that, with a rally, you're jammed close together with no masks for like hours.
I mean, are they any more? Just to play devil's advocate here, are those rallies any more crowded than any of the protests that went on this year?
Because you're stuffed into seats. It's not like you're
practically
along a city block.
Everybody too, and again, those people were not wearing masks. Like if you look at a crowd, you'll see 20 people, and maybe one person wearing a mask.
Okay, so I was always just kind of wondering, because like as much as I definitely support the cause that everyone was going for for the protest, I thought it was kind of strange how at no point was it seemed like at no point was the coronavirus mentioned in the news during those several initial months of the protests.
Yeah.
When it was all over, it was the one thing every news or media source was talking about. It's like, okay, it's kind of odd that all of a sudden nobody's talking about the virus anymore. And then after a while, like the news, they like to cover a story for so long before they got to start changing things up. So by the time, I guess, I don't know, news stories got bored of covering the protests, then we switched over to the pandemic and the election.
Well, the news is just a big pile of failure pretty much anyway.
Yeah, especially since the news, they don't. Well, before we move on, I just want to get to my point. The point is, like in the BLM, bacon and lettuce protest.
What did Gorzard think it stood for? Big limey monsters or something?
Oh God, yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah. No, my point was that the Black Lives Matter protests, they did the bare intelligent minimum to keep any kind of virus spreading down, and it mostly worked. Whereas you see these like Trump rallies and even like a motorcycle rally that happened several months ago,
or whatever.
Where no one was wearing a mask and everybody was in bars partying in close proximity. That's where the cases started spiking. So to get back to your point, had we done the bare minimum, had we not have a crazy president who not only didn't believe in the like basic facts and science, but didn't want to offend his hardcore psycho base to the point that he just, outright added confusing messages. Had we done the bare minimum, I think we would have been in a better state than we are now. It's like, I know it, like Italy, like no offense to Italy, but they were nowhere near as bad as far as politics go during the time. But culturally, they were pretty terribly off with like no mask wearing. And like whenever somebody died, there was like mass gathering funerals without masks. Something that the prime minister of Italy had to basically go on television. It's like, God damn it! If your loved one dies, don't hire a whole.
You sons of a bitches! You must not get in the crowds.
Yeah. Not only that, but it's like, what is it? Atomic Stick figure. Oh, I haven't seen him in
it's Jacob Baker, the kaiju maker.
Oh, nice, Jacob. We need to get together and talk.
Stick figure in your audience, Ref.
Yeah. Hey. It just dawned on me on how much of a hit the prostitution industry.
Before you finish that comment, you want to take this time to practice highlighting this comment.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
How do you do this magic?
You just got to click on the comment.
Hold on. Highlighting.
No. There's no highlighting option. You just click on it, I think.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find it. Put the user in timeout, remove.
This blue got it with a knife with Betty White. What are you scrolling at the bottom, Raph?
It's your fan fiction.
Her alien enemy? What is this? InfoWars? This is great. Testing out a news service with my octopus friend. This is jumble. This is a jumble.
You want to read it?
Octopus friend and a robot manster. In other news, Miss Blue got into a knife fight with Betty White. Betty won, of course, clocked in the blood of her alien enemy. Yeah, this is great.
There's no option. You just So in what's it called? StreamYard. You see the comments in the private chat, right?
No, I'm. Oh wait. Okay, there I am. I see it.
Okay. Do you see private chat?
Yes, I see private chat. No, I'm in comments there right now.
Okay. Now go down to Jacob's comment and just double click it. There we go.
Oh, I thought it was completely invisible from the freaking chat box in the YouTube. Okay, you should have used your words better. But now
it's your fault.
Comment. I had to talk about StreamYard, not freaking the actual YouTube page.
Right. Okay, let's read his comment. It just dawned on me how much of a hit the prostitution industry has taken due to COVID. Never imagined that would be anything to think about. It's funny. I was thinking the exact same thing about the adult film industry. You're
right.
Those poor double D 12-inch long actors, they need their money.
What is it? Steven Spielberg's adopted daughter is a porn actress.
What?
Yes, that's right. She entered the adult. She became a filmmaker herself, you could say.
Yeah. Wait, she's just directing this stuff, right? She's not performing.
No. She's an actress now.
Oh my God.
An adult actress.
By the way, I think at this point we're going to be booted off of YouTube because we're talking about prostitutes, porn actresses, and pandemic.
Well, Spielberg himself kind of fucked all of us with that War of the Worlds remake, so I guess I didn't care for that all that much.
Yeah, that was pretty terrible. So
it was so close, in terms of it's like mood and cinematography and all that stuff. It had so much right. It's the story and characters that suffered.
Yeah, and not only, I personally think that you're right. There was so much that was being done right, but I think it was that third act and final epilogue that kind of screwed the pooch.
Not to mention how annoying the children were and how there was really no cohesive narrative between the father and his children.
Mm-hmm.
It was set up early on. It was a good setup where you have Tom Cruise playing the dad who's grown out of touch with his children, and it's through this scenario that brings the family together. And we never got that, despite the setup.
Yeah. Now here's a question that Lindsay Ellis brought up in her video about War of the Worlds. Mm-hmm. Do you think the son should have ended up dead instead of just coming back magically?
Oh, of course. Yeah, he did not deserve that ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I love Steven Spielberg, but he really does put on the kid gloves when it comes to the fate of children in his movies.
It's like, you do not abandon family. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my inner Mexican showing, but it's like the moment you abandon family, you are trash.
Because Ohana means family.
Ohana means family. Nobody gets left behind.
Yeah. Andres knows this for a fact. Oh my God! Imagine Stitch, but with little chibi Draco's little Stitch. Obviously, Raph and I are jumping completely, and we have to catch him.
Oh my God, it's perfect.
Yeah. I want to wear the wig.
These are very delicate creatures.
Oh, they're not that delicate.
She was born ugly.
Oh my God, it's so sad. That movie and the director behind it would have had a better career if he wasn't screwed over by the Pixar guy.
Oh yeah, that was, what's his name? Was that Peter Doctor? Is that his name, or
Peter the Doctor?
No, I know that's the director of Monsters Inc.
and Inside Out.
Yeah, and Inside Out.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, I'll find out. We got a Google here.
Yeah, let's see here.
Oh yeah, you got your fancy saxophone there, don't you?
He was a writer. So Pete Docter was a writer on Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., and he was a director of Monsters Inc. He was a writer for WALL-E. He was a writer and director for Up. He was a writer and director for Inside Out. He was executive producer for Brave and Monster University, which doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
And he was a writer and director for the upcoming Soul.
Okay. No, I was talking about the directors of Lilo and Stitch and how they were how they were enemies with what's his name? The guy who got arrested for hugging too many people weirdly.
He didn't get arrested. John Lasseter.
Yeah, John Lasseter. It's like it was John Lasseter had a rivalry with them and eventually kind of screwed over their careers.
Because they were wearing Hawaiian shirts and touching people weird too. So
no, they
territorial thing.
They probably gets to wear Hawaiian shirts.
No, I think it was just corporate backstabbing going on. You know, John Lasseter saw these two creatives as a threat to his possibility of rising a company, so he screwed over Lilo and Stitch best he could. And then the Lilo and Stitch directors took a long time for them to make another movie. Meanwhile,
they went on to do How to Train Your Dragon.
Huh?
They went on to do How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh yeah, so it didn't go all bad for them. So yeah, try telling that to Katzenberg. So.
Oh yeah, the genius mind behind Quibi.
Hey, at least we got like 1 10-minute segment directed by Sam Raimi. It worked, right? Right.
Or that drama about a girl who hangs out with her boyfriend's sex doll. I think that's what it was about.
No, I was talking about the girl with the golden arm.
No. I'm talking about another one.
Oh, okay. Man, those suck.
Wasn't there also like another season of what was it, Reno 911 exclusive to Quibi?
I didn't even know that. Why didn't I sign up to Quibi? I love Reno 911.
Don't worry.
Isn't that the sport they play in Harry Potter? What the hell's Quibi? What is
that?
You don't know Quibi, Brayton.
I don't know Quibi.
Who wants to give them the bad news?
That it's only the latest craze that came out and died within the year.
Oh, fun.
So Katzenberg, the guy who used to work for Disney before leaving to create DreamWorks.
Yeah.
So Katzenberg got a bunch of investors together and he said, hey, them kids, they like to watch them Netflixes on their phones, right? On the portable telephones. What if we had a streaming service that was only available on them smartphone-y things with the touchscreens? So they created Quibi, which is short for Quick Bites. And what they essentially provided was bite-sized, professionally made bite-sized content that you can only watch exclusively on the Quibi app, exclusively on your phone. And for whatever reason, there's no way to play, like, even if you had the ability to like transfer whatever's on your smartphone screen to the television, they don't allow that. It's like, no, this can only be programmed to work on your phone, and it disables screen captures or like any recording of any type. So like it became impossible for anyone to like show off Quibi whenever anybody was making like a video about Quibi. So like from a marketing purpose, limiting it to your phone and not allowing any means of sharing greatly hurt Quibi. And on top of that, today we have people who like, because of the pandemic, people are not going out as much. So there's not so much of a need to actually watch stuff on your phone since we're at home all day. So we can just use our TVs to watch Netflix and stuff. And of course, you know, we can't use Quibi on TV. And on top of that, in terms of quick bite entertainment, like bite-sized entertainment, we already have YouTube for that, even regardless of the fact that it's the Quibi stuff was professionally made. And yeah, the content itself, there wasn't a whole lot on there for people to really draw people in. So Quibi was a complete and an utter failure in every sense of the word. And so, yeah, it was announced like last month that Quibi was going under.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me see how long Quibi lasted, because there was like a trial, like I think it was like a 3-month trial period. And then after that, it was like a whole ton of majority of its user base left by the time they were forced to pay.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the original content I would have posted. A reboot of The Fugitive, Dummy, Reno 911, Spielberg After Dark. That sounds like what we were just talking about.
Then.
Yeah.
It's Spielberg talking about how much he loves The Greasy Strangler.
Really?
Oh.
Are you joking?
He's joking.
So Quibi was launched on April 6th, and it was announced that it would shut down on October 21st. So it lasted 6 whole months.
Aww.
That's kind of a success.
Yeah, for effort.
Let's see. I'm just reading the Wikipedia stuff here. On October 21st, 2020, just 6 months after Quibi's launch, the Wall Street Journal reported that the streaming service was shutting down. Later that same day, the truth was confirmed by both Katzenberg and Whitman. Katzenberg told Deadline Hollywood, "There was no question that keeping us going was not going to have a different outcome. It was just going to spend a whole lot more money without any value to show for it." So to people that put up this extraordinary amount of capital to do it, that's irresponsible. And we both felt we shouldn't do it. Like he's trying to make himself sound like he's the hero in all this.
Yeah.
It was the only thing we could do to help to respectfully, you know, help out those people who reached out to us in our time of need. Right. In the interview, Katzenberg also cited the unfortunate timing of the launch during the pandemic as a contributing factor. At the time of the announcement, Quibi approximated 500,000 subscribers. Other reasons given for the shutdown in a November 2020 article in the Wall Street Journal include misjudging which programming and technology features would appeal to young consumers, waiting too long to make the service available on television and not just phones, and a high spend on advertisement that left little financial wiggle room while the company was struggling. The announcement of the shutdown left the fate of existing, upcoming, and planned original programming in development hell, as Quibi does not own the rights to any of their programming, since their deals with the creators of their original programming allowed them to retain the copyright to their content and distribute them in traditional forms after a few years. That's nice, I guess.
Yeah.
Not so nice, given that Quibi is going under, so there's going to be a couple years where their content is going to be unable to be accessed at all. Like that's kind of like what happened with Norman England's documentary Bringing Godzilla Down to Size. Technically, you can only watch that documentary on the Rodan Gore the Gargantua's DVD, which has long since been out of print, I think. And the owners, which I think is Paramount, they're the current owner, or maybe Pixar, or it was some big company that owns the rights to that documentary.
Sony.
Sony, okay, but they give so little of a shit about that documentary that we're never going to see it. That documentary is never going to see the light of day ever again.
Sadly, okay, I actually have I know what happened. I think. Okay, I think our friend Patrick told me this story, but we almost had that documentary on the Criterion Godzilla set.
Yes.
But what happened was that, again, Sony didn't care about it at all. That by the time Sony bothered to give a reply, the set was already finished and ready to print.
Well, I think what happened is like they didn't reply, and that's when Criterion, whoever was in charge, said, "We don't have time to wait for this."
Yeah, but then Sony did eventually reply, and it was still too late. So, oh god, so much lost media.
Yeah. Well, we got another viewer. We have Arkham Knight Rider.
Yeah, is he cool or one of yours?
I think this might be my first time seeing him, but hey, what's up, dude? Thank you for the stream.
Hey there. Yeah,
and Knight Rider. That's pretty cool.
Arkham Knight Rider. So that's like 3 sci-fi nerd references rolled into one. Not like us, boys. We are among the normals.
Right.
Power Ranger. Yeah, we are nerd references here. Just look at us.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. You're a Power Ranger. Andres is a giant robot. I'm one of the Wiggles.
A giant robot, good sir.
Robot Monster. Yeah, we should watch that sometime, man. We should watch Robot Monster. We should do a double feature.
Yeah, definitely. If only we had a series in which we can do
domain movies.
Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous concept.
Yeah, where's our fat bald guy in the desert coming?
Oh, he's a coming very, very slowly. Yeah.
Action! I said action, not inaction.
That's maybe my favorite Andres quote, and that describes that perfectly. I said action, not inaction, because that whole movie is just one big. They turned the camera on and caught what they got.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's the purpose of this live stream, Ref? Are we going to answer questions? Or I guess nobody's asked any questions.
If anybody has questions, go and throw them in there. Just we'll.
Why are you putting the terrible tooth in the news now? The terrible tooth, intergalactic expert on all giant monsters, declared that robots are not giant monsters. He was then crushed underfoot by all the Mecha Godzillas. Kiru 2. Wow, you got you're
not that kind of question, juggler.
You got your own little news network here, Raph. You should be proud.
Yeah. Well, it was either that or more Miss Blue, and I know how much you enjoy her.
His magic board.
Huh?
It's his magic board.
Whose magic board?
Chuck Todd and his magic map board. We were talking about this earlier in the night.
Okay.
Electronic map board. We had a whole conversation about the map board, the electronic board. News guy using the board.
Oh, that guy, yeah, jerk who wouldn't stop touching his board even after everything was over. Hold on,
stop touching your board.
Yeah, it's like, what is it?
Well, that's what CNN, NBC, all the news people are. They're really proud of having electronics and technology, and so they want to show it off all the time. It's basically like in my later high school years, they were showing off their what was it, smart board technology. All the classrooms had smart boards installed in them, which were basically like touchscreen boards where you could do your lesson from the.
We have Jacob who says, "I don't really have questions so much as snarky comments. Andres knows what I'm about."
All right.
Let me click on that to show everybody. There we go. I really don't have questions. Oh, smart. Oh, you read that. Okay.
3 seconds ago.
It's almost as if he doesn't pay attention.
All right.
Can you change your background, Raf?
No, I can't.
What are you capable of here?
You probably have a few options, and at the very least, you can leave it blank.
Hold on, let me. Like I said, I don't do good on multitasking, so I'm not going to press buttons that might get us in trouble here.
Press the red one. See what that does.
Leave studio, sure.
The live stream has improved.
Right.
Yay.
Oh, wait a minute. I can change the background color. Okay, hold on. a multicolor Wackaloon vest.
Stop it,
purple.
Stop it, Rap. You're gonna give the audience seizures.
Sorry. All right, theme. Okay, what happens if I pick this? Oh, okay, fuck that. Okay. Yeah, back to the. Oh, I can get rid of the duck.
No.
Oh wait, I can only
holding this charade together.
No, you're right. I can only do it if I pay up.
The duck is here to stay.
Like again, Jugglers, not those kind of questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Try to give us some serious questions, man. What's this video countdown? What? Sorry about that, everybody.
It's the final countdown.
Now remember that next time if we wanted to start this cool, like, hey, Matt, do you want me to see if we can get Matt here?
No, don't make him play your little game.
All right.
If I would turn my webcam on so you could see me, but I'm wearing, as I've explained, I'm wearing pink pants, and I don't want people to see my pink pants. I don't want to be girly. I don't want people making fun of my girly pants.
People are gonna think I'm weird and dress weird and fashion.
I don't want people to think that about me.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, I went with the more subtle purple peeking octopus in the window.
Right. It's a very apt replacement right there.
Yeah, do you know this character, Andres?
He is Not at all. No.
Henry the Octopus from The Wiggles, the greatest show. A bunch of Australian men.
I always knew what the Wiggles were. I think. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but was the Wiggles a preschool band?
They were a band. Made again. This is reaching back early into my childhood. I was a big wiggler. I don't know what you call them, but a bunch of Australian dudes, multicolored tight shirts, singing about like fruit salad and just happy-go-lucky stuff you care about when you're a toddler. Real issues that affect you. But yeah, they were a legitimate like children's band, and they set the world on fire. And we haven't recovered since. But I think
they were essentially your generation's Aquabats, right?
Pretty much.
What's that called? What was that one with the African American host and the big giant monster puppet characters?
Oh, you're talking about the lizard?
Gabba Gabba?
Yo Gabba Gabba, yeah. Was that like your generation's Yo Gabba Gabba? Yeah. Was that Yo Gabba Gabba?
Yo, don't denigrate with the Yo Gabba Gabba comparison.
Or I guess the Aquabats would be another comparison, maybe.
They were hella more legitimate than Yo Gabba Gabba, but they were on that sort of block of, really, really, really young kids entertainment. Some of their big hits here: Rockabye, Your Bear, The Wheels on the Bus, Toot Toot Chugga Chugga, Big Red Car is their most famous one, probably. And Fruit Salad, Yummy Yummy.
Right. So were popular with single moms for the longest time?
Probably because single moms raising kids needing crap to sit in front of their eyes while they try to run everything. Yeah, it was and apparently we're gonna make it. We're going to make like a reunion. Reunion tour.
Yeah.
They were the shit, man. And Henry the Octopus is my. What's that term you guys use? Your stan? What is that?
For JoJo, the stan, your spirit animal.
Yeah, I'll try to link you to some images of him. But he and I have a very similar fashion sense. He and I have a very similar voice. We're twins, basically.
Yeah.
Some of the other famous characters who would appear periodically on the show: Dorothy the dinosaur, Captain Feathersword. Quite the cast.
And both Jacob just said, I don't think of it as pink, Brayton, but lightish red.
Oh no, these are pretty ugly. These are like intentionally like neon, like.
Oh, I like neon pink.
Neon pink looks good when it's not being worn, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he also said getting some Sid and Marty Krofft vibes from that photo.
Yeah, kind of. It was kind of weird. I don't know if it never creeped me out when I was a kid, but that kind of stuff, the sort of Pee-wee's Playhouse Teletubby type thing.
Yeah.
Which is,
I guess, like, I wonder. I'm trying to think, like, what would like the '90s generation version of the Wiggles would be, and the closest I can think of is, I guess, Barney the dinosaur. But they did songs, but not all the time.
Yeah, it was the same sort of thing. The Wiggles were primarily songs, but they had adventures. They had I was very intimate with a movie that they had. I shouldn't say I wasn't very intimate with it, but I was very I watched it a lot when I was 4 years old, 3 or 4. It was Dorothy the dinosaur's birthday, and there's like a subplot with a magician trying to find his magic wand to like free the town. Very simple, dumb stuff. But,
hey, I grew up with, like, what was it called? Barney and the Magic Egg, or Barney and or the Magic Railroad, or whatever.
Yeah, if you just go to Google, type in Henry the Octopus, you'll see what this motherfucker's all about. And
yeah, I'm doing that. Henry the Octopus.
Yeah.
I shared a picture earlier, but you guys didn't see. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody should know all about him. He was pretty damn cool. He's my favorite character.
No, I haven't been anywhere.
Hey,
you got like a British voice. Oh, you haven't been anywhere.
Yeah, sort of an Edwin type of British thing.
It's like a cross between Edwin and a little.
Right. Hey, kids, shut up. Try not to share audio unless, just in case I don't get copyrighted.
Sure. Yeah, I can definitely see where Brayden's fashion sense came from.
I got my inspiration from a plush purple octopus man.
Yeah,
and I like his hat. I like his stuff.
I like his style. I like the cut of his jig. I want to be like him. He's my octopus teacher. I'm so alone. That was my impression of the new documentaries movie, Octopus Teacher.
Okay.
That's about a lonely white guy who stalks an octopus for a year.
Huh. And the documentary will be called An Octopus's Garden.
Oh no, it's the octopus. I can't do Ringo. Never mind.
What was that? No, what was that?
No, I was trying to do Ringo. Time to do the lonely dad mash.
Good God. So yeah, Thanksgiving's coming up. What are you thankful for?
I guess, in all honesty, I'm definitely thankful for where I've been able to, how far I've been able to get in terms of my somewhat of a career as a creator, as a writer, as an artist, for bringing Draco Azul as far as I have with the 2 comics and anthology book under my belt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certainly grateful to be alive in this case.
Yeah.
As well as all, the majority of my friends and family here with us, still around. Definitely grateful for, every year I'm always grateful for the friends and families that I met along this journey called life. The only thing that sucks, though, is that for me, ever since moving to Japan, Thanksgiving has always been a bummer for me. A, because I'm nowhere near any of the friends and family that I cherish so dearly. And B, that because it's not a holiday in Japan, it's just always another regular day for me. So there's no way I can properly celebrate Thanksgiving. So it's like a huge part of my life as a true-blooded American. I always miss out on.
Yeah, I've always wondered why Thanksgiving and Canada and the United States are on completely separate. We've had Thanksgiving's gone and passed. I think it's October 10th, October 11th in Canada.
Really?
Yeah. So very different.
Like, what has Canada's got to be thankful for?
I know. Pretty crappy roommates, I gotta say. What are you thinking? See, this is how you bring a mood down immediately, Raph. What are you typing in the thing now? Stupid face, and all they hate they destroy, and they really hate everything. Are you putting your manifesto in the scroll?
No, it's just more fictional characters making cameos. Come on,
Oh,
man.
great. Now you have a new toy. This is your
Right.
new plaything.
Well, it can get even worse. You see what I did with the comments a little while ago?
No, I didn't. What did you do to your poor viewers?
I did a zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in.
That's magical, Raph.
Zoom out, zoom in.
Yeah, this won't get old.
Yeah. Woo! Okay, what I'm grateful for this year.
I didn't ask you.
Oh my God!
What are you thankful for, Raph?
That my family and my many immediate friends are okay, and we're able to do very well over the course of this otherwise unfortunate year. Also, that a lot of hindsight basically helped me and my family financially, and we're in an extremely good place right now. That's really good. I'm grateful that I have an awesome sister-in-law that we named Krista, who's been a big help to the family, and has introduced me to many kind of online food order websites that have helped kept the groceries coming and us at a safe distance. I'm grateful just that, have these silly little live streams and hang out with you silly people and do all the voice stuff and whatnot. And also being the guest on other people's live streams as well. So, and yeah, I'm just grateful to be alive, safe, comfortable, and amongst good friends. So that's it. I don't know.
Yay!
I want a 7 leagues boot so I can fly across the world and blow up.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. How?
Right.
And what about you, Peekaboo Purple Puss?
Yes, Peekaboo Purple Puss. What do you have to share with us?
Peekaboo Purple Puss. I should have made it more convoluted. Can you change the thing to purple? That would make sense.
Sure.
Do it.
I'm trying to. Don't rush me.
Do it.
Do it. Go ahead. Do it. Press the button. Do it. Come on. Do it.
Do it, you coward.
Do it.
Okay, for that, I'm not doing it.
Oh, well, you see? Now I'm not so thankful for you anymore. Well, I'm less thankful for you.
An apology would be nice.
I'm sorry.
And you get your purple.
He didn't ask for purple. I asked for purple.
But he said sorry. You would have just stood there and stewed.
Yeah, sorry that you're so stupid.
Oh,
damn it!
Your stupid face.
You guys are no different than the Apexer army who are mentioned in the screen below.
What is an Apexer?
A race of pure evil robotic demons who want to destroy the universe because they really, really hate it.
Do all of your creations want to destroy the universe and not be?
No, some of them just want to conquer it, and other ones just want to profit from it.
Oh, so like real life.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for your glue universe, Raph.
Yes. Good old.
Not have the entertainment that I.
How does it feel being Slime, the official voice of Slime Ball?
That's how it feels.
That's right. We haven't uploaded the episode yet, so you'll all know who Slime Ball is eventually.
Yeah, you're kind of reverse engineering your glue universe.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if DC Comics, before they're putting out the first Justice League issue they put out, they're the Justice League podcast with a spinoff. Oh.
Be grateful I didn't fit all 16 members into the Glue podcast.
Where are you going to find 16 poor unfortunate souls to voice 16 different members?
I can do 4.
And they all sound like me, Jack Hodgson.
Yeah, that's right. Who's making fun of me?
Oh.
The robot monster, the greatest supervillain of all. I bow down to you, sir. Can you make my robot all awesome and cool?
You ever plan on just like doing away with Jack Hodgson, kind of like Oswald Rabbit?
No.
Oh.
He'll take a break for a little while, and then he'll marry a demon and live happily ever after.
I like Jacob's Jacob's comment.
I'm thankful for suspenders and Speedos and right to wear both at the same time. Unless I'm at work, ungrateful monsters. You do wear pants over that, right?
He wishes he could wear Speedos, though, and suspenders.
Zoom out! Okay, zoom in.
Raph, no.
Bad rap.
Sorry. Still waiting for my reply there, Robot Master.
Earlier, Douglas asked, anyone here heard of Woolen Warriors? Oh, do I remember Woolen Warriors, my friend?
Oh, it was a like overly melodramatic puppet show from China?
From South Korea, good sir.
Oh, is it that overly melodramatic puppet show from South Korea? Wait, wasn't it written by that?
No, sorry. It was Taiwan. I'm the idiot here.
Okay, but I thought it was a Japanese production. It's still on.
No. It's Taiwanese.
Oh, but isn't it co-written by what's his face? Gen Urobuchi, the jerk behind the Godzilla anime trilogy.
Let me check. I'm sure he probably did if he's connected to Peely, he was probably like connected to some version of some incarnation of it.
Right.
It is a gloved puppetry show from Taiwan. The series debuted in 1985 and still continues to this very day.
Sounds like no offense to our friends in Taiwan, but it does sound like one of their soap opera style shows.
Oh, yeah,
it lasts that long.
Yeah, and so for anyone who didn't know, so there's essentially sort of like a old school magical swordsman, wizards, and warriors sort of series, and it looks very impressive in terms of puppetry.
Mm-hmm.
And they did, some genius in quotation marks decided to bring this very weird looking show by American standards, I mean, to America and put a bunch of like very badly written American frat boy humor into it, sucking out all the drama and infusing as much obnoxious quote unquote comedy into it, and called it Woolen Warriors, Legend of the Seven Stars. And of the 14 episodes they produced, which were merely re-edited, redubbed versions of Peely, only 2 episodes were aired on 2 nights of Toonami before it was taken down. And the guys at Toonami, they hated the show and did not even want anything to do with Woolen Warriors.
Oh, God, okay, so the last Monstrosities After Dark live stream you did was very sobering, so much so I'm kind of sad it's no longer with us. But you guys were really talking about the unfortunate American mindset against kaiju films and how they're never taken seriously simply by guilt of association style mentality by Americans who just assume it's cheesy and stupid. Right. Do you feel that a lot of Asian entertainment brought over to America suffers in similar regards? And hence the why I bring up this question while we're talking about this horrible Woolen Warrior adaptation?
It really depends, because I know a lot of the most popular stuff that comes out of Asia are like J-dramas, Korean dramas, and Chinese dramas. They're all dramas. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of it, I assume, is so much heavily entrenched in like Asian, the respective cultures of those various countries. And so that's what's most popular. And like a lot of people from various countries enjoy each other's drama shows. And so I guess there's got to be like a huge, obviously America does not care at all one bit about Asian dramas. Mm-hmm. Unless it's a small subset of fan bases who enjoy J-dramas when the hero can turn into a giant multicolored spandex-clad hero. Yeah. But other than that, the kinds that don't feature monsters and heroes, I suppose, in general, people don't really care so much about watching a series that is nothing but foreign-looking individuals from a foreign culture that they might have difficulty trying to get into, which is kind of funny because a lot of anime that comes over from Japan, a lot of them are character-based dramas, and yet it seems that Americans have an easier time getting into animated dramas than they would live action dramas. And it's possible because there's an inherent enjoyment in the art of animation itself. And the fact that because it's animation, all these characters are stylized, it's not as distracting of the fact that all these characters may or may not be Asian.
Okay, and also it didn't help that it was like a puppet show, so that probably gave them more reason.
Yeah, the puppet show is really weird. Even as a child, I was freaked out by Woolen Warriors.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but it is just like, I know that dubbing and adaptations are getting a lot better now, as opposed to, say, the 4Kids day when all you had was One Piece, whatever the hell that was. So,
or like the Samurai Pizza Cats and Voltron days, where they had like no translators on board, so they just had to make shit up.
Yeah, I will give some credit to Samurai Pizza Cat, because that was generally funny and weird, and it did match the source material kind of okay. But at the same time, yeah, Voltron, it's the heavy. I don't know. The original Go Line wasn't a great series, but Voltron wasn't a big improvement either, especially when you can't hire any female voice actresses, so it's the guys with high-pitched voices.
Oh, God.
Or every episode that ends with a planet and billions of people dying is suddenly rewritten. It's like, oh, they're okay. I can see their parachutes. That kind of nonsense. Oh, my God. But, yeah, things have gotten a lot better. And thankfully with yes, I know Ultraman is still kind of a niche market, but isn't it wonderful that it's the company itself presenting Ultraman directly through their YouTube channel?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. This is definitely them trying to have a closer connection, I think, with the a more direct connection to the audience, both the local and international audience. They're really trying to, I would say, keep up with the times and realize that the internet is such a useful tool that they got to adapt to this new age of entertainment. And what better way than to make stuff as freely available while still profitable for them to their consumer base. Okay,
so hey, Brayton, you have
Samurai Pizza Cat. That sounds like, what is it, the capture thing you have to click on when you're on Kiss Asian? Click on the photo that has a samurai, a pizza, and a cat.
You're so right about that, Brayton.
Right. Yeah. My next question is, you're on Kiss Asia? What show you watch?
No, remember I watched some things on there that I don't feel are worthy of me paying for.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, I understand. Like Gundam series are out of print and too expensive to rediscover.
I am. I'm on their Gundam 24/7. Yeah. Gundam it, Raph.
Yes, we know how much you love the robots.
I do.
Right.
I am a fellow robot manster. And you, Raph, are a mad pizza man. So who are you to talk?
Okay.
And I like neon purple pants. I mean, neon pink pants. Hot pink pants.
That would be what I would describe it. What I'm wearing. Hot pink pants. And
you wear them, and you wear them proud, Brayton.
Yeah, they're comfortable. I'm dressed more and more since I'm locked down. I'm just dressing for comfort around the house. That's all, not to impress.
Imagine you coming downstairs and eating breakfast with your family in a suit and tie. Because you wanted to feel good.
It was like that the first couple months, but at this point, nah. I'm wearing my bathrobe over my clothes the entire day as I march down the stairs in my slippers. I got nowhere to be. I'm living in captivity. I'm in a little white room in my rubber room.
Wait a minute. What kind of robe are you wearing? Is it the kind with straps and buckles keeping your arms restrained?
Yeah, I'm not on a stream right now. You guys are the voices in my head that keep me company in my little white room.
Dr. Caligari here. It turned
Caligari. It's Caligari, Raph.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Cabinet of Dr. Caligari Glenn Ross, which is a David Mamet. No joke.
Oh, that terrible black and white remake where nothing happens.
No, I was trying to put together Glenn Ross and Dr. Caligari, and I kind of screwed it up. Yeah.
Zoom out. Okay.
God damn it, Ralph.
Sorry, it's my show, and I'm the god. Brayton, when you asked me earlier if I was an evil god over my own reality, it'd probably be a bunch of stupid puns and sight gags everywhere.
Oh yeah, Raph and I are midst watching Black Mirror before we start.
Yeah.
Okay.
USS Callister episode. What's his name? Jesse Plemons from Breaking Bad fame. He played Todd on Breaking Bad.
Who ironically was also obsessed with pepperoni pizza.
Yeah. And obsessed with that one chick who was played by an Irish actress, but her American accent is so good, it's like you cannot tell. All these foreigners, man, they're getting so good with their they're getting so good with their American accents,
Right. That David Tennant pretending to be an Irishman, a Scotsman on American cartoons.
Isn't he an actual Irish or Scotsman?
That's the joke.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, oh my God.
Meanwhile, you listen to Harrison Ford trying to do Russian accents, and it's like, what the hell are you? What world am I living in?
I hate Star Wars.
Recently though, I did watch a movie on Netflix, the Death of Stalin, which it's a dark comedy, predictably about the death of Stalin and the power struggle around that.
Dude, spoilers.
I'm sorry, Stalin died.
And the Titanic sank.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And the man who killed Hitler also killed the Bigfoot.
No, wasn't it the man who killed Hitler and then Bigfoot?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. He killed Hitler and then he killed the Bigfoot. So you're kind of, it's a spoiler alert. Santa Claus also, by the way, conquered the Martians. Yeah, sorry. But no, I watched that movie and I really admired that because it's like they didn't even, because like Steve Buscemi's in it, a lot of great like American comic actors are in it, and they didn't even try. They're not speaking in Russian and they're literally just speaking in the normal like American tone. Actually, it's primarily a British film.
Russian hat.
It's a British film, and Stalin has a really like posh British accent in it, and it's like it doesn't compute.
Yeah,
but it's a really funny movie.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of like, anytime you have a movie set in ancient Greece or ancient Egypt or
yes, everybody talks like yes.
Yeah, everyone has British accents.
because they're from the theater, Andres. And
I'm surprised nobody in the Mulan remake spoke with British accents.
Oh God.
Yeah. And it's so sad too, because I know sometimes it's done as an artistic choice because ancient Greeks were very, flighty, prim and proper. But at the same time, it's like some people jump over loops to make these elaborate explanations, and in reality, sometimes a movie just sounds British because there was nothing but British actors available. Or in the case of most films based on Russian history, including The Death of Stalin, most Hollywood actors, it's an unwritten law in Hollywood, a rule in Hollywood. Russian accents are really hard to do, so just fuck it. Don't worry about them.
Yeah. And especially with like comedy too, unless you're oh God, what's his face?
It's like, of course I am Russian. I am Russian man Rushinsky. I can do Russian voice. He's good, no?
Yeah, what's his name? What's his name? Igor something Smirnoff.
Something like that. He's a great comedian.
Yeah, my wife. He was Borat before Borat.
Be American.
No, that is I'm blanking out on Borat's actor's name.
Oh, that's
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen, yeah.
Right.
He
was time.
He's been doing things.
Yeah. He made a sequel out of nowhere.
Yeah, surprise. Surprise! It is subsequent sequel film. Yeah.
Made Giuliani look like
This joke was dead, but it's not.
I'm a back.
Just wait for the Bruno surprise sequel.
Oh God.
We're good.
Like I understand what Bruno was trying to do at the time, but I am very curious as to know your thoughts on the movie, Brayton.
I've never seen it. I've never seen Bruno. I've seen some clips from it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of his to begin with, like with the original Borat.
Sure.
some. I don't want to call myself a prude, but I can be a bit prudish about some things. And seeing him wrestle with a gigantic, hairy, naked man over a naked Pamela Anderson magazine.
Yes,
there's something where I'm like, for the kind of people like the sort of thing, that's the kind of thing these people like, and that's okay.
Sure.
And I'm not a big fan of like candid camera stuff. I got to be honest. So,
that's like the main appeal of his stuff, of that kind of work.
Yeah, but I definitely admire his chutzpah. I will say that I admire his.
And definitely kind of like peeling the lid off of like the ugly side of America.
Oh yeah. So I like documentary stuff, but something about like what's another example of it? Like Dirty Grandpa. Remember that?
I remember that. Yeah.
Is that the right thing I'm thinking of with Jackass guy?
Yeah.
Makeup, pulling pranks on people. I don't know. I like more narrative comedy stuff rather than let's say do something stupid in public and watch how people react.
Kind of like This Is Spinal Tap.
I like Spinal Tap very much. Mockumentaries like
it's
that.
A mockumentary, but it has enough of a solid backbone and a narrative that even if there is improv stuff, it's not too distracting. So which is the opposite of a lot of Judd Apatow films, unfortunately, where it's almost nothing but improving. And although some of it can be really funny, a lot of it you just feel like, come on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Curb Your Enthusiasm though, which is primarily improvised. With that though, I think they've got more of a structure because it's more of like this is the direction the scene goes, and you got Larry David behind it, who is a brilliant man.
In a perfect world, we would have had Bernie Sanders as president, and he would have been playing Bernie Sanders.
Give poor Larry David some job security for 4 years. That would have been great. But no, we're stuck with Jim Carrey. hitting on Emily Blunt every Saturday Night Live thing as Joe Biden.
Really? I didn't know he was like stalking Emily Blunt.
You ever seen that video where he's like, I love your eyes, and if I was younger, I would date you. And like, I don't know if he did that as like a stunt, but it's horribly uncomfortable to watch. I can't believe I'm the only one who knows about this. This made the rounds a couple years ago.
Wow.
Just YouTube Jim Carrey, Emily Blunt.
Okay.
And it's I don't know. He's a very interesting guy though, that Jim Carrey. He seems, I don't know. He seems to overthink some things, especially if you've seen that Andy Kaufman, the movie they made about Andy Kaufman, Man on the Moon. They did a Netflix documentary on that, and he was a nightmare method actor on the set.
Yeah. Oh, right.
I don't know if I was a director, I would have tolerance for that, though, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure it's Emily Blunt and not Emily Browning from A Series of Unfortunate Events?
No. I think it was Emma Stone. I'm sorry.
Emma Stone, okay.
Emma Stone, yeah.
Mm.
All these M's, these
well,
M&Ms.
you need to stop being so blunt in your confusion over the Stones.
I know. I need to be more stone cold with my.
Have you been eating too many of those brownies?
The blunt brownies?
Probably.
Are you talking about Jake's special stash? No? Okay.
None of that. No.
Okay. Now you speak.
To quote DBZA, no. None of that. Shame on you.
Yeah. He's got nothing, so he just says that and pouts. Bye, Jack.
But anyway, yes, I recommend anybody who still sees Jim Carrey as a powerful comedic force to watch him stare creepily directly into your eyes as he calls Emma Stone beautiful and talks about the old wrinkly lines on his face. And if he were 20 years younger, things might be different. But hey, whatever.
I'm just reading Jacob's comment, and I just remembered something. Wasn't there like a Bruce Willis animated movie called Bruno the Kid?
What?
I think that was a TV series. I'll check.
Okay, maybe what I saw was like a movie pilot or a movie compilation.
How can you possibly make Bruce Willis any kind of animated these days? Unless you see, because he phones everything in.
Yeah,
right,
I get it.
Unless you do like Clutch Cargo animation, where it's like, oh, I'm emoting now.
Oh God, I remember. Okay, I had the VHS to this. It's like my parents would often buy a bunch of like VHSs of anything that was animated. So we often got a bunch of like mostly Disney stuff, but then once in a while we get like a random obscurity. And Bruno the Kid was one of them. I'm just going to share you the Wikipedia link in the private chat here.
I'm on it right now. You don't need to share it with me.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember like this is a show that was this is the show, the animated thing the animated show that time forgot. Like there's like the shows that everyone knows and love. There's the somewhat obscure shows. There's shows like Bobby's World and Life with Louie that have some semblance of a cult following. And then there's this show, which is just like lost to time.
Yeah. On the bright side, at least it's not Hudson Hawk. So I remember it. We're not embarrassed and ashamed by it. No one else remember Hudson Hawk? Okay.
No.
F you, damn millennials.
Is that anything like the?
No, don't think about it. It's not a good movie.
Is that anything like the NRA cartoon about the eagle, Eddie the Eagle?
No. Oh,
Stop.
Damn you, Andres. Okay.
What's it called? Stop. Don't touch. Leave the area and call an adult.
Hudson Hawk was a passion project by Bruce Willis. Basically, his attempt to do a sort of spy-fi meets master criminal type story. But it was so unfunny and unappealing as a comedy that it didn't do well at the box office. And Bruce Willis's career took a very big nosedive after that. So,
well, at least he had some success with North.
Hudson Hawk was made before North. So,
well, that's what I said. At least he redeemed himself with the wonderfulness that is North.
North is the post-apocalypse to Hudson Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's the part 2.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is down.
Well, I got to get going since my next class is in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So anything else you guys want to know, or anyone in the audience wants to ask anything before I head out into the wilderness?
Hurry up. You have 5 minutes. Go.
The wild wilderness.
Okay.
You have any questions for him, Raph? Since we wrangled him into this on the spur of the moment thing?
Just do you like this format, or should we go back with the OBS music opening?
No, I like this. This is definitely more interactive.
Yeah. It's just unfortunately can't really play music before it. Although I do have this nice little what is it, countdown thing here. Where is it?
Please never do that again. Stop. Don't.
You
come
mean
back.
Sorry about that, guy.
God damn you, Ralph. The fact that your avatar's got a shit-eating grin is all it's just too perfect for this situation.
Right. So
I don't know why they wouldn't have just made him a giant slice of pizza or something. Just made
because that would have been a boring design.
Could have been cool.
It would be unimaginative as opposed to this bizarre Italian stereotype / the Noid hybrid monster.
Would Mad Mike the pizza guy be considered a racially offensive caricature?
A little bit, yeah, but no different than Mario.
Mario's heroic. He has heroic moments.
Yeah, and plus you can kind of justify Mad Mike by saying he's a space alien monster. But then again, the thing about all the monsters in Car Rangers is that they were all purposely based on human caricatures. So Mad Mike just happens to be a pizza chef in the most Italian way imaginable.
I can't imagine what would have happened if they made a Mexican themed caricature villain.
There probably was a Mexican themed villain in there. I know that.
Yeah, it'd probably be like some like Pancho Villa, like the soldier looking dude with a giant mustache. He's pistoles and his giant sombrero. The big chain belts over his shoulders.
He can't be as bad as Tequila Gundam.
You leave Tequila Gundam alone, okay? He is a precious icon of Mexican culture, and I will not stand for any bad mouthing of Tequila Gundam. All right?
Right. Or
He's an inspiration to Mexican robots everywhere.
Right, or U.S.Stern, that weird cactus cowboy lady on the horse pogo stick that we both fall in love with.
Oh, from Sailor Moon?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh God. Okay. Should we end this now since it's only supposed to be a test and Andre?
Sure. If you want to read the final thing at the bottom.
Raf and Shoma, that swell guy, writes another funny news update, totally confusing and equally angry. B-Ray the Butcher, while Kaiju Noir remains indifferent.
To it all.
Kapla.
Right. Godzilla King of the Kaiju. Sorry you just came at the tail end of this. So, yeah, we'll end this quickly because it's like I'm getting tired. Brayton's already annoyed. So he's going to have some notes for me in the back.
Always annoyed.
Always annoyed.
I'm in a constant state of annoyance.
You're like the Michigan J Frog. It's like off camera, you're like a wonderful whimsy dancing frog, but on camera, it's like, damn it, Raph.
I'm a vengeful purple octopus.
Yes.
Wearing pink hot pants.
Ready to shoot people through the window. You're a sniper bus.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I can hear my student arriving now.
Okay.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Highlight Jacob. Thank you very much for showing up, Jacob. He said,
Jacob.
Send us some water coffee. Sorry, I panicked.
Okay.
So
all right. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Be sure to check out Draco Azul issues 1, issues 2, and my new novel, Draco Azul.
Oh, where's that timer?
30, 29.
Where's that goddamn timer? You should have done this earlier. There it is. Goodbye.